Every semester in my Graphic Design 2 class, I try to bring in a client for my students to work with one-on-one. This year, we came up with the ComicCon at Westfield State. The students are split up into two groups, then have to go about meeting with the client to discover what the client wants. This is a great way for the students to kind of figure out, in a simulation style, how they're going to interact with someone in the professional field. Once they get their materials, the students then start the research process. They look for the visual moods, they try to get the touch and the feel of the actual project, all based on what their client wants. After that process is done, they start to create the logo, they start to create the style tile, and then they start to sketch out what this stuff is going to look like in the real world. It's a complex project. So you're thinking about a good 9 to 12 deliverables, from posters to postcards, advertising, and environmental graphics. The students conceive all of these aspects in visual communication, and then they present it to the client. Within those presentations, the students start to learn whether they're actually matching the visual aesthetic with what the client wants, and also, are they growing? Are they getting stronger with taking critique? What the client doesn't see is that behind the scenes, I am interacting with the students and I'm giving them lessons to build them up to the next stage of what they need to present. They're dealing with massive critiques. The things that they're submitting, they have to be reworked. Each group has to produce a process book, and this process book shows all of the background action. The students use this book to go on interviews and say, I use research, I have a process, I think before I design, which makes a valuable graphic designer. Within this project alone, I start to see a paradigm shift in how they think, what their skill level is, and actually how they start to interact with me on a more professional level. I can say, this is what it's like when you present a comp to a client, and they can try to understand and feel what it's like, but it's very different when a client comes in and they say, I like that design better than yours. That in itself is the real world.